There's life prepper here, and here's another article that Carol sent me. It's called Urban Survival: 7 Mistakes That You Could Die From. Right here. Okay. And this is from the Swiss Family Survival Skills on Facebook. It says there are certain things that you can help and certain things you can, not help outright. Okay. But number one is bragging about your preps. Sometimes this is hard to resist. You spend a lot of time thinking about prepping, saving up, looking for good deals, gathering supplies, etc. And it's hard not to be proud of your efforts. And what do we do when we're proud of something? We tell people about it. But in this case, you must only tell people you trust completely. Otherwise, someone somewhere is liable to say, hey, remember such and such from work who had food and supplies stockpiled? Let's find out where she lives. Hunger can turn people into animals. If they are desperate enough, they will do anything to get to your food. In a situation like that, friendship goes out the window, family relationship will go out the window. Uh, just for example, say you was at a family reunion and you happen to be telling some of your cousins that you're not particularly close to, whatever, that you got some prep stocked up and everything. Okay, so, and so it does happen. They show up on your doorstep, or they know where you live at. And you're saying, I'm sorry, I'm not giving you none of my food. Well, they're going to take it. It says, hang with it. I'm taking it. And that's the same way with people that you casually know and you might mention it and talk about. And they're in hunger, they will do what they got to survive. And if it means killing you over your food, they're going to do it. They're going to take it. Number two is not having a plan. So you have water purifier, food storage, cooking infants, first aid kits, etc. But do you have a plan? It's important to think about what types of disaster could happen in your area, and so that you need to know how to exit your home safely, have a location where you can meet up with friends and family, know the best way of town out of town in case you have to bug out, and so forth. Be sure to think these things through ahead of time. I'm always looking at land and places to go and possible close areas I may be able to go to in an emergency situation and things. So it's something to look at, something to decide on. A lot of people's going to head to parks, going to head this and head that. They might not. But it's actually looking at areas that you think you might be able to hide out and be safe in for a time period or something in a situation like that. So you do need to kind of decide on where you may want to go, and actually taking time to learn the areas and scouting out a possible destination point is something that even if it's 20 miles from your home or 30 or whatever, even if you set that as your destination point and you know you can put a hide out there for a while to recuperate or whatever, you might be able to hide some of your supplies there. You may never need them, but then again, you might need them. So who knows? It says number three is breaking the law. If you see people breaking through store windows and grabbing everything they can, you might be tempted to grab your share. After all, the store owners can just write it off, can't they? Is what it says. Perhaps, but even if the store owner has insurance, someone somewhere has to pay for it. Nothing is free. But ethic issues aside, this sort of behavior could get you killed. So, and it's true. You can get trampled in the ride, you can be caught in a building on fire, whatever. The fact is, these people running in, they're going crazy. They're breaking in the windows, they're taking all this stuff, and then you're fighting with them. You say, well, man, I'm going to go there and get my share of food. But the thing is, if you've already got some stuff stocked up and supplies on, you don't need to be joining that group. You really don't. The best thing you do is go home, take care of what you got, and reinforce your own basic needs instead of worrying about breaking in that store with the rest of them. And then it says, shooting looters on sight. We all see those looters will be shot signs, but there are two reasons why this is a bad idea. It advertises the fact that you have guns, and that's the truth. people will know there's guns, and in an SHTF situation, whatever, they're going to go after your guns. They're going to take your weapons. They're going to take your bullets and stuff if they can get to them. If that just makes them aware of that you do have guns. So if they see this, they may try to sneak in and ambush you. If you shoot at them, they might shoot back. So, possibility. Number 5 is neglecting home security. That's something to think about. There's a lot of simple little things you can do. Fishing line, for another thing, you can tie it across the doors and fix cans and stuff so you will know. People will trip over fishing line. There's a lot of little cheap things you can rig up to help secure yourself in an SHTF situation to slow these people down and stand a chance in survival. And number 6 is refusing to bug out. There's people say they will not bug out. They will bug in. They say for different reasons. It might be handicap limits. Can be a case. Also, it could be they have senior citizens there. There's possibly different reasons why they may choose to stay within it for whatever. If there is health limits and stuff in it, it's something to think about. I understand that, but the thing is too, if you're able to bug out in any way, then you need to think about a designated bug out site or something that you may be able to go to in an event of a situation for preparation, something to think of. And then number 7 is not purifying tap water. The thing is even if you're having to catch rainwater or whatever, you need to think about creating some charcoal, and you can make your own charcoal and purify with it using rocks, using sand. You can actually use grass and filter through the grass as well to help filter your situation here. So that's just 7 basic things in herbal survival mistakes that could kill you. A lot of people do brag about their preps. Unfortunately, I see it on YouTube a lot, showing everything, and I've seen it on some other sites as well. And as soon as they buy a gun or something, they post about it, talking about it, and things like that. And it's okay if that's what you want to do, but showing everything that you got is not really the best thing. And with the internet situation, there's predators out there, and chances are they're writing down that information, especially if they know you. They're going to remember that you have all this food and things stocked up. So it's something to think about on that there, like I said. And then again, not having a plan, deciding basically where you want to go, where you need to travel to, or head out, what way you want to go. You want to get away from the cities in a situation if you have to. If you're still in town, you need to think about securing your home best you can with what limits you have. Breaking the law, of course, breaking in just because everybody else is busting into the stores and taking everything doesn't mean you have to be with that group. If you've already got food stocked up and medical supplies and everything stocked up, the best thing you can do is go home and secure your home and not be worrying about that. And the shoot and looter on site signs and saying, this is protected by guns or whatever is letting them know you do have weapons. Chances are they're going to sneak in there and try to take them. Possibility, or they could be shooting back at you or whatever reason because they want them. And then, of course, number 5 is neglecting home security. And like I say, there's many things you can do for that. Number 6 is refusing to bug out. Even if there is physical limits and things in it, you need to consider that. You need to create an adaptation for it. Whether you need to create pull cards, if you got senior citizens, you need to create think about getting you some kind of pull card that you can pull them with or something other to get them going or whatever. Check out where there's farms that's got horses and stuff, and think about taking riding lessons and learn how to ride horses, and where they got wagons and things like that. And in many of the communities, that's something to think about. And of course, not purifying tap water and rainwater is something to think about also. There's many different ways. Even if you get outdated bleach, don't throw it away. You can use a little cap full of your water to help purify. Iodine is something I keep on hand. And then again, you can make your own homemade filter systems from rocks, sand, grass, using charcoal and things in that area. And always boil your water and heat it up, whether you do it in the sun or what. You need to purify the water before you drink it. So thank you, Carol, for another wonderful article. And I want all you to be safe, be happy. Bless you all.